This microlecture will give a short overview of the role of emotions in influencing people. Emotions are effective responses to stimuli in our environment that contains something of relevance that elicits these emotions. Another aspect of emotions is that they trigger a certain response. We need to deal with our emotions. Emotions are specific. For example, you feel anger or fear, or you feel happy or pride. These are called discrete emotions. This stands in contrast with another type of affect, that is, mood. Mood is much more general. We are either in a positive, negative, or neutral mood. Often it is not very clear to us why, and there is not necessarily a specific cause. There are both positive and negative emotions. Examples of positive emotions are happiness, joy, surprise, trust, hope, pride, and contentment. Examples of negative emotions are fear, anger, regret, shame, guilt, contempt, worry, boredom, disgust, and sadness. In total, dozens of emotions have been described. However, Ekman defines 6 basic emotions that can be recognized by distinct facial expressions and which can be found in every culture on our planet. These are happiness, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, and disgust. He found that people from all over the world were able to correctly recognize these 6 basic emotions from photos of human faces, whether they came from Germany, Scotland, Greece, Italy, Estonia, Hong Kong, Japan, Sumatra, Turkey, the United States, or New Guinea. Nevertheless, Ekman recognizes that there are more basic emotions, but these are less clearly distinguishable by cultural universal facial expressions. The effect of emotions is diverse. Some emotions encourage you to approach the cause of the emotion. Think of joy, happiness, and trust. Other emotions stimulate you to take distance from the cause of the emotion, such as boredom, disgust, and contempt. Emotions can also make you passive and make you want to hide, such as sadness and shame. Emotions can also differ in the extent to which they stimulate deep versus automatic brain processing. Fear, disgust, anger, and contempt motivate a direct behavioral response without extensive brain processing in order to avoid or diminish the emotion as quickly as possible. In contrast, emotions such as guilt, regret, worry, and pride stimulate extensive thinking, for example, reflection about how our own behavior caused the emotion. Although the role of emotion in our lives has been extensively studied, in the field of persuasive communication, only a limited number of studies has been done on most emotions. As a result, relatively little is known about the effects of emotional stimuli in persuasive messages and how these effects come about. An exception are fear and humor, that both have been extensively studied. Fear is discussed in another microlecture. Therefore, we will now concentrate on humor. Note that humor is not an emotion, but a persuasive strategy that attempts to elicit joy or happiness. How does humor in advertising work? First of all, it works via an effective process. If you see a humorous advertisement, you will probably experience positive emotions, such as joy and happiness, and it is less likely that you experience negative emotions, such as irritation or boredom. As a result, your evaluation of the advertisement, that is, your attitude towards the advertisement, will be positive, which in turn stimulates a positive attitude towards the advertised brand. This can be explained by an evaluative conditioning process where the effect towards the advertisement is automatically transferred to the brand. Second, although this effect is less strong, humor reduces cognitive processing. It has been found that people who feel happy are less likely to actively process incoming information. Thus, if you see a humorous advertisement, you are less likely to think about it. Importantly, you have less critical thoughts about the advertisement. The backside of this is that you also do not actively process the claimed benefits. However, the negative effect of humor is compensated by the positive effects of humor via the affective route. As a result of these processes, it has been found that due to the positive effect on positive emotions and the negative effect on negative emotions, humor has a positive effect on attitude towards the advertisement, attitude towards the brand, and purchase intention. Finally, it has also been shown that humor attracts attention. People like to watch humorous advertisements. Although whether emotions have been studied less elaborately, this doesn't mean that they are less important. Scientific studies show that emotions matter and can be an important persuasive influence.